welcome to another episode of TOASTY Show. I'm your host, Josh Berry.
I'm your other host, Chris Pico.
And today we're going to talk about a couple of videos that we've seen, a trailer for a new summer blockbuster film that'll be released this year, also a video game that will be released sometime this year, a new Transformers trailer.
Age of Extinction.
Which I actually just watched for the first time. I'm not a huge Michael Bay fan. I enjoyed the first Transformers, even with Shia and that whole shit in there. I mean, I still enjoyed it, and I understand why they did it. Yeah, and I understand why they did it. I mean, he's not a bad actor. And the old Transformers, you had the little boy in it, as the friend, but you also had his father, Spike. But
Spike and Sparkplug.
Oh,
yeah. Memories.
But anyways, I saw the first one. I really did enjoy it. The other two, I've seen bits and pieces here and there. I just haven't sat through it. But this one, which most people out there have probably already seen this, Grimlock. Optimus Prime looks awesome. There's a part of the trailer, the early part where he comes flying out of this barn. And it kind of just gets you that kid, and you're like, there he is, there's Optimus. Yeah.
But yeah, Galvatron, they show like a gun come out of this one, Decepticon's face, it's Galvatron, that's going to be awesome. I wonder who they're going to get to voice that.
And what was really cool too about the Galvatron is that Michael Bay gave Galvatron the Michael Bay shot. And I thought that was kind of cool, where he's got the big ship above him in the background, and Galvatron just walking down the street.
In slow motion comes out of a cloud of dust.
Yeah, and the big gun comes out. I'm like, all right. At least
if there's one thing you can never say Michael Bay never does, he does not skip on the visual spectacle. No, he knows how to put a cool shot together.
He does.
He needs to work on getting those people to act properly, and stop with the stupid comedy.
Right.
But other than that, he knows how to make shit look good.
He knows how to make money too.
Yeah, maybe the whole new cast. And trying to start the whole thing over again with different rules might work. And this might actually please the hardcore fans, which I am a hardcore Transformers fan, but I'm willing to let it go because I know that won't always work in a movie. So, I was willing to let a lot of that go, but not for the second one because the second one is shit. Yeah, after the third one, they're going to have a lot. They have to do a lot to top that one because my hometown got raped in the face in that movie about 3 or 4 times for the last hour of that movie, so they got a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
But Grimlock.
Yeah, I think Grimlock is a huge, just a huge selling point, and I think it's
going to be the one that gets the people that are kind of like, I don't know about these, and then they're like, well, if Grimlock's going to be in it, maybe I'll see it. Yeah,
because it's taking that next step into the evolution of the show, too.
That was one thing. I was just like, how are they ever going to work those things in? Because, I remember Bay saying he wanted to keep it sort of realistic. And I was just like, well, then, putting robot dinosaurs running around, I'm like, nah. But, at this point, it's kind of like, why not?
Yeah.
But there's a 3-headed dragon that looks like King Ghidorah from the Godzilla movies flying around.
It can fight like a robot. That did look cool. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where Grimlock comes from. Because if the Decepticons builds him and then he's going after, and Optimus has a way to, because Grimlock was always about...
He was kind of like the rogue.
And he was the muscle, the beef head. But if you could beat him, then he would respect you.
Yeah, which is what looks like is going on in the trailer where they're... Optimus gives Grimlock a pretty nice face whooping.
Yeah.
And it looks like that might be the thing that makes Grimlock go oh, me, Grimlock, think you kind of cool, bro.
Yeah.
If you did see the Super Bowl trailer, you do see Optimus, riding him like a fucking horse with a sword in hand.
Yeah.
My geek boner tore through my pants and shot my underwear clear across the room.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yeah, so I'm probably going to go see this one. It'll be my first one since the first one.
You probably watch the third one before you do so because it's probably going to reference it a lot.
Yeah.
With all those signs around that say, remember Chicago.
Right.
Because Chicago got, Chicago got punched in the face by the Decepticons.
Which it really didn't, guys. It's still here. So the people who take this shit too seriously.
Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
That looked pretty goddamn amazing.
yeah. Like I said when we were watching it, I would almost rather just watch it than play it.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just have someone, a programmer, play it and just sit for like 3 or 4 hours and watch him play it.
Yeah, there was no gameplay footage at all. It was all a cinematic cutscene. And this is coming out for what, the PS4 and the Xbox One apparently, maybe PC later on.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen character, like the CGI characters that look that realistic.
No, I mean it really did look close to like a new age like Japanese anime. Like it was really sharp.
Harley Quinn looked amazing.
Yeah.
She looked like a real person.
Yeah, and Bruce Wayne looks awesome.
When they showed the close-up of his eyes, I was just like, that looked like a person, like a close-up shot of someone's real eyes. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, they
And I remember when like Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within, the Final Fantasy movie came out, and I thought that was like the coolest I've ever seen CGI, like character-wise.
Right.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's archaic compared to what's in that trailer.
But yeah, and I guess it was kind of a surprise that this even came out.
Yeah, today I went on Facebook like when I was on my break at work, and someone said, I'm on a bunch of video game forums on Facebook or groups, and someone said, I just heard that the new Batman game is being called Arkham Knight, and I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. And then like seriously, like an hour later, the trailer's up online. I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay. Then that surprised the hell out of me. I did not see that coming, and now I want a PS4 more than you could ever know.
Yeah, Penguin looked cool. You know,
Penguin
they didn't overdo.
rad.
They kind of did the old school,
Not exaggerated. Yeah, not very
he's
exaggerated.
not a penguin. He's
a fat,
he's a short Al Capone looking person
that just happens to have kind of a long nose.
Right. But then I think he's
Two-Face.
even balding a little
Oh
bit.
yeah,
like
that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
But like Two-Face looked awesome. There's a shot where he grenades the Batmobile, which looked freaking awesome, by the way. It's like a take on the one from the Dark Knight movies. He shoots a grenade at it, it launches in the air, Batman jumps out of it in midair, and they do like a slow motion, like Zack Snyder shot of Batman in the air. And as the car careens over Two-Face and he's looking up at it, you can see all the detail in the burns on his face because it's lit up from the explosion. I was just like, my mind was blown a little bit.
Yeah, it's like I said. I mean, it's almost worth going after one of these new systems for this. But I mean,
I might have to fork up $400.
Yeah, well, maybe I mean, I'm guessing this is going to be a Christmas release.
Yeah,
I mean,
they've all come out in November.
Yeah, or summer maybe, depending on what the lineup is. I haven't really checked this year's like late lineup, but I'm for sure I'm birth control certain that this is going to be 99.9%. Let's go get Christmas.
That might be the system seller for me.
Yeah, and then may even come out with a Batman system, cheaper, bigger gigabytes.
I'd do it.
I mean, they do that, so
they did it for Arkham. What was it, Arkham Origins?
Yeah, but the game's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. Okay, so the movie I'm going to review today is a movie I've been looking forward to seeing for probably about 7 years. It's based on a TV show. It also had a very successful Kickstarter campaign to raise funds to get the movie made, which I very happily contributed to since I was a fan of the show. And that movie is Veronica Mars. I had very high expectations for the film. I mean, why wouldn't I? I gave them $100. I was not very thrilled with what I saw when the trailer was released. It looked like it was more interested in showing off all the people that decided to come back for the movie than actually telling a story. But that was just the trailer. I really, really, really liked the movie. The storyline is exactly what you would expect from a Veronica Mars episode. It's a murder mystery that goes deep into the Richie, stuck-up, snobbish population of Veronica's hometown, and kind of shows the class warfare again, which I always thought was one of the most interesting aspects of the show, was how it always showed the seedy side as well as, you know, the high-class, upper-crust side, even though they sometimes did seedier stuff than the seedy people from that side of town did. It was always an interesting backdrop. I love the characters. It was like, seriously, it was like when the movie started and they all start popping up, it was like seeing old friends again. It was really nostalgic. I just couldn't get enough of it. I really did like the murder mystery. I thought it was interesting. The culprit I was surprised about. It kept me guessing. And the sense of humor was there, even though what was in the trailer is there, but when you see it in context of the film, it's much more humorous. That trademark sense of humor just is one of the things that won me over on the show to begin with. And the writing, just like on the TV series, was pretty top notch. I did have one problem. It was like, sometimes there's like a leap in logic where, like, say at one point Veronica is snooping on one person and she gets like a little bitty clue that you don't think is very important. So she goes, "I know who did it." It also, another problem, which I'm assuming is intentional, is that they leave certain questions unanswered. Like, there's a couple of threads left hanging about who did what to who and why. And I'm assuming that's because they either want to make another movie or they want to get the show back. But it's fast, it's funny, it's extremely entertaining. All the actors do a top-notch job. You can tell it's a labor of love. They all just wanted to make this happen because they love the characters and they love doing it. So I had a blast watching it. I was laughing. I gasped a couple times. There's some really cool stuff going on, some really messed up stuff going on. I laughed a lot. And I'm giving this movie a very toasty. I got my money's worth, both in the ticket price and on my Kickstarter donation. So, Rob Thomas and the rest of Veronica Mars, yeah, you pulled it off. And I'm a very happy fan right now.
I'm going to talk a little bit about a very interesting game that I had never heard of until Chris introduced me to it. But it's a Japanese game made by the company Cave called Deathsmiles. I mean, it has Japanese written all over it. The genre style they label a manic shooter. It's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up game, and it's not really my style of game, but I really enjoyed playing it. You're not really set up to lose. You get as many continues as you want. It's basically just seeing what kind of score you can get before the game kills you. But it's pretty easy to finish. You just have to have patience. But yeah, a very beautiful game, very simple controls. Anyone I think can pick it up and play it. It's just it's a lot of reaction style, how quick reaction and planning ahead on your next move, because the screen will be covered in things that are good and things that are bad, so it can kind of get confusing and take a lot of space on the screen, but it is very beautifully done. Yeah, so it's basically four main characters. They're all like bat and sexy women cartoon things that ride brooms and shoot things, and then they each have a special power, which is like a bomb, which you can get. I think you start out with 2 or 3. This is the box that the special limited edition, all edition thing came in. You get a faceplate for the Xbox 360, which is kind of cool. Soundtrack, which the music is pretty neat in it. It's not ear bleeding or drive you crazy. But with this edition, you get a lot of different mode types to play the game. So some of them I couldn't really tell the difference on what the difference is between all of them, besides like difficulty and stuff like that. But basically the game was about the same. This one's interesting, especially if you're into side-scrolling, odd Japanese story, things of that nature. I do recommend it. If any of those things turn you off, just stay away from it. Don't waste your time with it, and because I don't really want to be blamed for it. So yeah, if this sounds like up your style of game, for a limited edition game, it's actually pretty easy to find. Chris picked it up on Amazon for $15. The whole set game, all the little fun trinkets that they give with you, and if you do end up picking up and playing it, let us know in the comments what you think. All right, so the time for the wrap up. So today, Today we covered a couple pretty interesting things, and one got to see Chris rant about something, which is always a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks again for watching and subscribing and supporting us and having us as background noise to your work day or whatever it is.
Hope you like it.
Yeah, hope you like it. Hope you're having fun with it because we really enjoy doing it. So until we meet again, stay toasty, I guess.
Really?